If you're looking to escape the horrors, the hassle, bustle, and stress of Lagos or any other major city in Nigeria for that matter, then you should definitely think of planning a trip to Ikogosi-Ekiti. We packed our bags for the weekend and like, let's just go and distress in Ikogosi-Ekiti. And guys, this resort is literally very beautiful, and yeah, they are definitely onto something. So the first thing we did was stop at the front desk to check in. They have cats all over this place. So if you're staying here, that means you'll be able to get like a cat to just move around if necessary. We were checked into our room, and the concierge was basically just explaining the Wi-Fi and just things like that. I did a quick room tour. To be honest, I was very tired at this point because it was a long drive down here. If you're driving down from Lagos, you should expect to spend 5 to 6 hours coming down to Ikogosi-Ekiti. However, I heard there's also the option to fly first to Akure and then get like a cab, which is about 2 hours away from the resort. We freshened up and headed out to the restaurant to place our order for dinner. The restaurant really looks great. It looks nice. We scanned this menu to place our order, and they told us it was going to take 30 minutes because most of your food here is prepared fresh. So we decided, you know what, let's take a walk around the resort. And then we stumbled on this bar slash lounge that they had around here. Music was actually playing from afar, so we were like, let's just go and check it out. So the place looks slightly dusty, and I would assume it's because a lot of visitors here at the resort probably don't know that there's somewhere like this. We're also told we could come have our meals at this lounge. However, the restaurant looks okay for that. We ordered room service because we were already pretty tired after the work. That was how much this food cost us here. A little bit pricey. The next morning, freshened up first and then went down to breakfast. Breakfast I think ends around 11 here, so they had the front desk call us to ensure that we didn't miss out on breakfast, and the breakfast was really nice. I can't even lie, it was prepared fresh and everything was so tasty. Afterwards, we went back to the room to freshen up properly and head to the Warm Spring, which is basically the main center of attraction at the resort here. We stopped by at the front desk to ask for directions. We got tagged and were also told that a cat would take us since we were lodged here. So we headed down to the Warm Spring, and guys, this place looks absolutely beautiful. As you can see, we walked down and apparently there were also daytime visitors here. So now, dipping my leg into the first section of this place, there's a part that is warm, just in the same water, and there's a part that is cold, and the two of them flow from different angles and then meet at a midpoint, which is kind of like where we're coming back from. So it was quite fascinating to have your feet in the same spring water, and you only shift a pace, it's warm, you shift another pace and it's cold, all in the same water. So it was very interesting, as the tour guide also told us the stories of these trees which have been here for thousands of years and people can pray to them for long life. Anyway, we moved on to the first midpoint, which is where the warm water flows from. Yeah, we stopped by at the pool, which was just beside the warm spring shortly afterwards, just to check it out, as we would come back to swim later. At this point, we had forgotten that we could actually call for our cat to come back to pick us from the spring and back to the resort. But anyway, we just thought to do a little bit of exercise and walk back to the resort. First off, we stopped by at the restaurant to place an order for late lunch slash dinner, and when we're done eating and well rested, we headed out to go to the swimming pool. Our cat met up with us and took us to the swimming pool, and at this point the swimming pool was very quiet as all the daytime visitors had already left. We enjoyed our time swimming here, and of course the next morning it was time to check out, sadly, and we stopped by the restaurant first to have breakfast. I had the same thing that I had the previous day, honestly, because I was not here to do trial by error. So we got a cat to take us back to our room as it was time to check out, and honestly it was a very nice and relaxing time at Ikogosi Resort. I would highly recommend Ikogosi Resort to anyone who needs a time out or just wants to distress, and I'll definitely be back. Bye guys.